So finally, I am now able to do AEW full review and video. And let's talk about AEW Full Gear review. AEW Full Gear happened literally just like last Sunday, and well, it was a very polarizing that final match. But I will get into more in a very short while. So yeah. Um, but overall, it was a pretty solid show for AEW. I will admit. Um, I think the pre-show was. Let me. I think the pre-show. Which was. I think about a women's match or something like. I. I think it was like the doormat was Britt Baker versus Vera Priestley, something like that. But yeah, this was a decent match for the pre-show, something like that, or AW Dark as they would like to say. So yeah, this was a decent match. I think Britt Baker won here. Yeah, Britt Baker won the match here. So yeah, this was a decent match. So let's get to the main show, as they would like to say. Um, the the first match we had was proud and powerful, as they call LAS and TNA, but it's now powerful. Power, I think it's power powerful. No, proud. Fuck, I'm so old that fucking I don't even barely know what it is. It's proud and powerful. Santana AOTs versus the young Bucks. This was a really good ass man. They definitely made the right call this opening the show. And it kind of helped like set the tone for the rest of the show. And and you gotta give credit to the Young Bucks a little bit in that like they are kind of like the founders of the promotion, the bookers you can say, and instead of like pulling themselves over of above everyone else, they instead more often than not at least pull over the other team, and and that's their guts. Let me tell you, that takes guts for a owner of a company, like if a wrestler that's like the owner of a company, more than not putting other people over. Not many people do that, but the young bucks do, and you gotta get credit here on really making proud and powerful the members, you can say, of the inner circle. Chris Jericho's fashion look really good, like selling the knee injury here, using psychology here, really good stuff. And proud and powerful won the match, so you can't say much nice things about this. Was a really good ass match. The next was Hangman Page versus Pac. This was the a solid match. Um, it was a really solid match. I don't know if it was like because they had literally the rematch 4 days after this on Dynamite. So yeah, this and the Dynamite match was kind of better, but to me personally, but this match was still decent here, and they really presented Paddock Badass here. And Hangman Page is obviously one of the guys that AEW is trying to push, but like not over push. Like you would see WWE with Seth Rollins and like fucking at one point Roman Reigns and shit. But here at least they're taking their time with Hangman Page here. So yeah, and he won the match too. So yeah, Hangman Page won. Um, the next match was Sean Spears, formerly No Tie Danger. Sean Spears versus Jody Janela. This was like thrown together kinda here. This was really I think this is like a buffer match or something like that. So like yeah, to kind of cool down the crowd here. So yeah, and Sean Spears, Joey and it was a okay match here. Nothing too in too in with not too much of a story here, but it was passable, I guess. Sean Spears wins with kind of assist of Tel did was Telly Blanchard something like yeah. Sean Spears win the match here, so yeah. The AEW Tag Team Championship, SoCal Uncensored SCU versus Private Party versus the Lucha Bros. This was a very good match. Not fantastic or something for what I kind of anticipated, but this was still solid. The Lucha Brothers are always gonna be the one that the most better wrestlers you can say. Me personally, I would like to see Pentagon do a singles run in AEW because his matches, what I seen from him, like there have been some crazy shit from him, and I would really like to if one day he could get at least some run one day AEW here. So, but yeah, and SoCal winning. I guess SoCal on Cesarini here was the right one since I think it would have been kind of foolish to take them off the titles here. And kind of like Dynamite 4 days later, didn't think they were. I think it would have been foolish also. They lost that titles to like, and when they had a match with Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. That would have been a little bit. But like, yeah. So SoCal wins here, but this was a pretty good match. Not fantastic, not great, but still good nonetheless. So yeah, that was the AEW Women's Championship. You have Riho versus Amy Sakura. Oh, Sakura. Something like that. But this was a really good ass women's match here. This was a really good ass match here. For between the women here. Very sorry about the student versus the teacher. So yeah. So this was a really good ass match for the woman here. So and with the story Riho versus Emiko Sakura with the student versus the teacher, that was something good. There's not much I could like say here. So yeah. Riho retains the women's championship. in a solid match, I would say. The two next matches was, in my opinion, were like gonna be like the make or break of this pay per view for me. The AEW World Championships. The now main event, which was kind of a good idea of like having that match being second to that, and then the uncensored match, may event the show. It was good call, I could say, especially that the main event, not any other match could have really followed. And you can say also this match was like something this couldn't be followed since this was a great match. It really was. Chris Jericho, Le Champion, versus the American Nightmare Cody, who went from undecidable to undeniable. Really great match, really great story here, and you and Cody landed right on the head of that forehead into that wheelchair ramp. Oh my god, that must have hurt like a son of a bitch. But props to him for going out throughout the match and actually adding the story here. And yeah, he suffered like 8 freaking stitches. But this was a really great match. The crowd was totally eating it up, especially the last few minutes when there was one funny spot where Cody's mom slapped the shit out of Jericho, and when Cody started to attack him, Cody's mom attacked him again. No, Cody's mom acted way cooler than Seth Rollins. How crazy is that? But yeah, this was a but this but the crowd was thinking that Cody hit crossroads a huge pop. They thought he was gonna win, but nope. And Cody hit the Bolonic elbow tribute to his father, the American Dream, Dusty Rose, baby. And this and the crowd, holy shit, that was electric. Cody hit that. It was. Like, if you did not watch the man, watch the reaction when Cody did the Bolonic elbow on Chris Jericho. Great stuff here. And then you see the finish of the Lion Tamer locking in. He hit Walter Jericho, but then he hit like the Lion Tamer like this time for real. And MJF, who was ringside throughout the entire match, cheering on Cody, grasped his towel. Well, I don't know if he grabbed his towel or that was someone else's towel, but he grabbed the towel. Jericho was locking the Lion Tamer on the bloody Cody, and MJF throws it into the ring and calls it for the match. So Chris Jericho is still the late champion. As per stipulation, Cody can never challenge for the AEW World Championship ever again, or even though I expect him to will so soon. It just added him more to his story, more than anything else for me. But here, after the match, AJL looks like he was starting to say Cody here, looks like it, and then boom, like low blows him, cross shot, and then the crowd went apeshit on him. They were pissed. And AJ attacks Cody, and then the crowd worse to booze, even throwing the beer wish. That was some great stuff. That was something you could relate to. And AEW really did a great job on MJS heel third wish. We all knew, but it still didn't make it less than good. So yeah. So Then we get to the main event. Oh boy. An unsanctioned lights out match. John Moxley versus Kenny Omega. The match that was supposed to happen at All Out is now here in full gear. A lot of people saying, a lot of people's thoughts about. Here's what I'm gonna say. You've been wanting this for years. When WWE is at the most childish with their kitty stuff, with the PG shit, you finally get something that is very wild, sadistic, barbaric. That was the most. It was a spectacle, if nothing else. And you people complain like people complain the match for me went so far, went too violent. Guys, that was the point of this match. The point of the match was to make it look violent and hardcore and stuff. That was supposed to be. And anything, if the match wasn't that barbaric and so hardcore and had weapons and shit, I don't know if many people will talk about the match in the same way that they did. Compare this match to some of the Hell in the Cell match, especially this year with Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins. It's like night and day. This was intense. This was wild with the mousetraps here, first time ever. And then ball wire, like very weird ball wires with covered with blood. Those guys that had to be wrecked with some of the spots they were hitting, like the suplex from the big ass rip through the floor, through the barbed wire. Holy shit. They earned some my respect here for doing the spots that they did. And Moxley, he's been wanting to do this kind of stuff for years, WWE. And look how it's turning out that now that he's not in WWE anymore. Like, he was, because in WWE, he really, like, what was so lunatic? They call him the lunatic fridge. What was so lunatic about the of the WWE? Can you explain me to that? Because at least here in AEW, he does some sick stuff. He does like a Panama shift in his post ring. He went to. I mean, the guy had a submission hold and he was trying to escape with glass on it, broken glass, my ass. That's lunatic friends. And the other company, he was not. But at least here, they validated him. So yeah, this was a wild, explosive match. The only thing should have been longer than like 40 minutes. No, I think cut like 10, 15 minutes on the man, and it would have been totally fantastic. But this was still here a really good match for hardcore stuff here. So yeah, this was a really solid show for AEW for their pay-per-views, and look for what they do in the future with their other pay-per-views. So yeah, Super Revolution signing off. Like, subscribe. Tell me what you think about AEW Full Gear and the main event in the comment section below. I'm Jason Marinas, and I approve this match.